Hey Dr. Hagee, this is Brian from Leadhounds, and in this video I'm going to show you three things that you can start doing to bring in more patients through your website. So you might be asking yourself, why is this guy just showing me this stuff for free? Can't I just go do it myself and take advantage of the extra business? And the answer is yeah, you absolutely can do that. What I've found is that most business owners don't have the time to worry about perfecting their website or showing up on Google searches. So if you do have the time, that's great. I encourage you to use what you learned in this video. But if you don't and you think you could use some help with this stuff, just give me a call or shoot me an email after you're done watching and we can talk about the next steps. Okay, so I mentioned those three strategies, but before we get into that, I want to talk about the goal of those strategies. What are they trying to do? And that's going to center around what's called buyer intent keywords. And that's basically a word or a phrase that someone's going to search on Google when they want to pay for a service. So in the case of the Real Med Spa at Silvergate, that might be something like Botox San Diego. So I went ahead and searched Botox San Diego on Google, and let's see what we find. So up top we have paid ads, right? Those don't get a lot of clicks, so we're going to skip those for now. Then we have the map section, and then we get the most important section of the search results, which is called the organic listings, right? These are the websites that you don't have to pay Google to get here like you do for the paid ads. And up at the top here, we see some of your competitors in the San Diego area, like SD Botox, La Jolla Cosmetic Laser Clinic. And let's see if we can find the Real Med Spa on this first page. Okay, so that's the end of the first page. Maybe we'll look at one more page to see if you show up. And haven't seen it so far. Okay, so that's the end of the second page, and we still haven't seen the Real Med Spa. So what that means is that these competitors that are showing up on the first page of Google are going to be getting all the website visitors from searches like Botox San Diego. So then you got to ask, well, do I even care about that, right? Like how many people are even searching for this? And we can actually take a look at that. This is a tool called Ahrefs that we get search data from. And if you scroll down, we can see that keyword right there, Botox San Diego. And we see that it gets 1,400 searches every single month, right? And if you go down this list, we have San Diego Botox, another 500, another 300 for this one. So, I mean, this is literally thousands of people searching for a service that you provide every single month. And we could get a list like this for all the services you provide. But if you're not showing up on that first page of Google, then none of these people are going to find your website. So let's take a look at the keywords you do show up for. So right here we have therealmedspa.com on Ahrefs, and let's look at your keywords. So you just have 15 here, and as you can see, the only one that's on the first page, see that third position, is Real Med, right? And that's your business name. So you know that these people, right, they're probably looking for your spa, right? Which means they already know about you. But they're not going to be new customers, right? You want to target those buyer intent keywords because that means you're getting new patients to your website. And all the rest of these, right? You see 18 is your highest one, then next you have 30, and then into the 60s, 70s, right? Those are too far down on the Google rankings, and nobody's going to scroll that far to find a website that for a business that they want to go to. So let's look at one of your competitors. This is sdbotox.com. I think they came up first or second for that keyword we looked at. And we can look at their keywords. So right here you can see the type of results that you want to get, right? You have Botox San Diego, that one we looked at. They're in the first position there. SD Botox, that's another really good one. 1,400 searches, #1 spot. And a bunch of other keywords were there on the first page of Google that get a ton of searches. And so that means they're going to be getting all the traffic. So how can you compete with them for these very valuable keywords? Well, that's going to come back to those three strategies that I mentioned at the start of the video. And the first of those is going to be the content on your website. And what I mean by that is literally the words on your website. And those are really important because Google actually, their search algorithm reads those words and decides what you should show up for. So the websites that do best have about 1,500 words of content on their homepage, and they use those keywords that they want to target, like Botox San Diego. So we can look at your website and check out your content. So we'll scroll down here, and the website looks good, looks very professional. But we got to the bottom, and you probably only have about 100 words on here. So let's look at your competitor, SD Botox. Okay, so we can already see they have a good bit more content there. And we'll keep going. They have some there. A bit more. And we're at the bottom, so they don't have a ton of content either. They might have 500 words, right? So it's more than you have, but they don't have so much that it's going to be hard to beat them, right? As long as we add that minimum of 1,500 words to your website, you're going to be winning in the content department. Okay, so let's move on to a second strategy, which is called backlinks. So a backlink is when another website posts a link that goes to your website. And what that does is it tells Google that you're a credible business, because when they see other websites, other businesses talking about you, sending their own visitors to your website through that link, that gives Google more trust in your business. So we see right here that you have two websites. So that's referring domains. That's two other websites that link to you. They can have more than one link. That's why you see backlinks. But we count the domains, right? You have two there. So then let's look at SD Botox. And we see that they have 577 backlinks, right? So that's a lot more. And we can tell that that's probably the main reason that they are beating you for all these keywords, right? They have so many more backlinks. So what can we do about that? Well, we can actually go through and look at all these backlinks. We can go to each and every one of these websites and get you a link from that site. And that way we're going to be matching the strategy that they're using to get in all those top spots for those keywords. But we don't want to stop there. We want to go ahead and add another 100, 200 backlinks on top of what they have, so that we're not just matching them, but we're blowing them out of the water. Okay, so that's backlinks. Let's talk about one more strategy, which is called the Google Maps section. So that's this part of the search results where you see this little map, and you have the three featured businesses, which happen to all be SD Botox. So they're really doing a lot, for their online presence, right? They're putting a lot of resources into this. But anyway, these three featured businesses are going to be really important because they actually get about 30% of the website visitors or the clicks that come from keywords like this. So how can you get in these top three? Well, one strategy we like to use is called citations. And a citation is going to be really similar to a backlink, except instead of linking to your website, it links to your Google Maps profile. And what we want to do is very similar to our backlink strategy. We want to see what SD Botox has in terms of citations and get you a citation from every single one. And then, of course, we don't want to stop there. We want to add an extra 100 citations to make sure that you are beating them. And on top of that, we can go through and make sure we're filling out all the different fields in your Google Maps profile. We can geotag your images so that they're pointing Google to the right location. And finally, we can help you respond to reviews so that you're engaging with your patients. And all this stuff, Google is going to reward this stuff by moving you up the rankings. All right, so those are the three strategies I wanted to talk about. Again, that's the content on your website, about 1,500 words. That's those backlinks, right? We want to make sure you have not only as many, but more than your competitor. And finally, we want to get you in those top 3 map positions so that you can take advantage of that extra traffic. Okay, Dr. Hagee, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope it was valuable to you. If it was, just give me a call or shoot me an email after you're done watching this, and we can talk about the next steps. All right, thanks.